Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all? Let's have a look at the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and I think the first leg left it almost all decided, with nobody, none of the local teams being able to beat their away rivals. So there's one that you can put your mortgage. That's not gonna be any surprise, and of course it's Apoel Nicosia traveling to the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid are in a fantastic good form. They showed against Osasuna, and it was a tricky game that they can actually. It was such a tricky game that what did I say? Osasuna were going to get a draw or something. It should have been more of a fight, and I think there was a few mistakes being done by the Osasuna manager, who only got it right in the second half when he got Lekic as number 9 and Nano, who's this short guy, as on the white instead of number 9. Anyway, Real Madrid took advantage of the situation. They just produced really good football when they had to keep the ball. They did when they have to be direct. They were direct as well. But it was interesting in the first leg against Apoel Nicosia that it took them a while to get into the right rhythm, Real Madrid. And that was because Apoel, of course, slowed things down big time. And in the second half, when Marcelo and Kaká came on, then you saw a different kind of game, and it was done partly as well to the job that had been done in the first half, but certainly it did help with the distribution of the ball. Them too. These are famous people that you all know, yeah, and if you don't, you should. Gabriele Marcotti ringing. I'll ring him later. Hold on. Gab, can I ring you back in a second? Yeah, I'll ring you back. Best sports writer that is around. Anyway, that's one. Benfica Chelsea will be the other one, or Chelsea Benfica in this case. It was a bit disappointing from Benfica in the first leg. It wasn't just the result. Not only the result, they shoot on goal more and on target more than Chelsea. But Chelsea were very clever in the way they approached the game, with surprises in the lineup. Ramirez playing wide and Kalou being the other wide player on the left hand side. Mata looks a little bit jaded, but the defensive football that came down the wings and the movement of Fernando Torres was enough in a way. And of course there was a match from Bruno Cesar on the left hand side or Gaetan on the right hand side, because of the defensive help that both Meireles and Obi Mikel produced. David Luiz was fantastic. I think those who laugh at David Luiz, at some point they're going to stop laughing. He's still got to balance himself. He commits too many mistakes and goes forward too easily, but he's a top centre back. I trust he will come really good, and forget about that link to Barcelona. They're not interested. Anyway, with all that in mind, could be a different game from the fact that it's at Stamford Bridge, but Chelsea don't have to take the initiative, so they will give the ball to Benfica, which, as we said in the first leg, is one of the most offensive teams in the competition, and they've got really bad record with English sides. And I believe every time that Chelsea have won the 4 games that they played at home, and in this competition, when the English side has got a victory in the first leg, they normally qualify. I will expect that to be the case, but it could be a draw in this game, because Benfica will definitely think they have chances still to go through. So great on the counter, Chelsea, and of course if you play on the counter, who will just come good? Fernando Torres, of course. So maybe him to score. What do you say? Bayern Munich has got a clear 2-0 victory against Olympique de Marseille away, and they're going home now to finish the job off, because Olympique de Marseille were only a little bit of a threat from Remy. Valbuena dropped too deep and just generally didn't get involved in the game too often, and it was set pieces, the third part of the offensive equation of Marseille. Not enough against this Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich Real Madrid in the next round will be unbelievable. Same as Barcelona or Milan versus Chelsea, because that being the last one, I'm not sure which way it's going to go. You will have to say, you have to trust Barcelona, you have to trust Messi, you have to have a look at what happened in the first leg, where Milan just very cleverly and based on what they've seen of Barcelona in the last few years, they went for it in the first 10 minutes. And that's the thing to do against Barcelona, because remember against Manchester United in both Champions League finals, against Milan, against Real Madrid as well, the first 10 minutes they seem to drop the level a little bit, or it takes a while for them to keep going. It's like this big bike that you get on and then you start pedaling, and at first it's hard, but then once they get into the pace, into the rhythm, this Barcelona is very difficult to stop. But Milan did stop them, and I wonder if they're going to do the same kind of job at Barcelona. I think they will. All the football is based on Ibrahimovic, long balls to him. Ibrahimovic always trying to look Mascherano as the partner, as the defensive partner, if you like, the one to go against, and looking for the second ball. Robinho got involved until he got injured, but offensively, just Milan, in a way they didn't do enough, but in a way they did, because if they had scored in one of those chances, Barcelona would have had a difficult task to actually score. As well, they didn't actually. So all in all, there probably will be a similar game, and I think Barcelona learned from the Inter game in the semi-finals of 2010 that they basically have to be patient. They just don't need to play the whole game as if there was only 1 minute left of it, and if they do that, they should score. I can see them scoring. It's just that if Milan scores in one of their surprising moves, in one of the counter-attacks, for Barcelona to score a second goal will be really hard. So I don't really know what to say about that one. I think Barcelona will qualify, but I think both teams are going to score. So how about a 2-1 result, a very, very tied tie that would give Barcelona perhaps the push to get to the final, if they manage to beat Chelsea on the way. Great semi-finals, whatever it is, Barcelona, Milan versus Chelsea, and, well, I think versus Chelsea, and Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, but we'll talk about it some other time. I'll leave you be, my sporting bet friends. Cheerio.